Hopefully it's working. I don't know. All right, I'm ready. We're ready.
All right, so I'll zoom out and show it at the macro
Ooh.
scale first,
Yeah, I see the
and then
door.
we'll zoom back into the micro. So on the basic site master plan, we have row houses across the small stream that divides the site into two, and that's the row houses that we have here. They're on one side of the stream overlooking the other side that has the individual houses and the clubhouse, which is also called the tumbo in this case, the common shared space. So these are the row houses. This is the entrance side, and this is the side that overlooks the creek or the river or the small stream that's across. On the opposite side, that takes us to where you access the site from. Ideally, you'll access the two different sides from two different entrances. The side of the row houses is on the side where the row houses are, because they will not have vehicular connection between the two sides, but they'll have visual and pedestrian connection between the two sides. So ideally, this is where we would have the gate. And when you drive in, the first thing that you'd encounter is the common shared space, which is the tumbo. It's going to have parking on the ground, still in discussion whether to have it as parking or to have it as some sort of a common shared exhibition space. Then the top level is an open floor, which could be the restaurant or something of the sort. And then the topmost floor could be the division of the library. And between the two floors, we can choose to have one of them partitioned to have the gym accommodated in there as well. But the top is going to be suites, which is just short stay visits where someone can stand. That's on both sides, flanking both sides of it, which is the topmost floor, which is not open. And on the rooftop, we have a sky terrace, where we have an open restaurant with seating and kind of like a cafe or basically just a restaurant space, depending on what we will use it for. And that is at the topmost level to take advantage of the flat roof and is covered in some sort of timber or bamboo roofing, which lets in light, but will cover it to keep the elements out. And that's what, when you stand at the topmost level, you'll be able to see the entire site and the plantation below. So the trees, I'll populate the trees and add them as well later, just to give a better illustration of the same. And then that takes us back to the site. This side on the ground, we still have this covered louvered area, but we can do the railing similar to the levels above, just because it's on higher ground, overlooking the detention pond. So within the building footprint, we still have that. The surfaces where we have the African artwork, this is basically the services. This is where we have our staircases. This is where we have our lifts. This is where we have all the vertical circulation and common spaces, which are used, whether it's mechanical shafts or electrical ducts. That's where we have them all circulating through. So when you get away from the tumbo on your left, you have a playground. And as you just drive up, you have now where the housing begins. The first house, which is the Mabawa Yatai, which is this unit here, is going to be the first one which we will set up. And the parking is on-street parking, and people will park on the street to access their houses. And then straight away, there's a courtyard dividing the two south cluster. So this courtyard is where the shared space where they gather around. And then the ones closest to the creek will overlook now the valley going down on the valley. As you move further up, you get more parking space, which brings you to a common shared facility, which is the amphitheater. This has a pool as well. And under the pool, we'll probably have our changing rooms. But down below, we have a gathering space, the amphitheater. And in this space is where the staircase is going to lead. Yeah, it's currently blocked off just because we're still in the conceptual level of developing the site plan. But the idea would be people would get in through that stair and be able to circulate below the pool right here. So as the stairs brings you down, you have this glass which lets you see the amphitheater down below where you have the performance space. And it has this kind of bamboo timber like lattice covering at the top that allows it to have that bubble kind of wrap covering on top. And as you walk down, you come down, you walk right under the pool above with the acrylic glass, and it empties you down into the amphitheater, which is now right here. So the amphitheater is accessed from what we call vomitories from the underside, right next to the seating that empties you to where you now sit in the main performance area. So it's accessed from this corridor at the top, coming from where the parking was up above. That's kind of like the stage, but it's more of a gathering space, just kind of where any events or something can happen, right, wrapped around the pool. And from there, we just have this other cluster at the farthest end of the site. And then 2 units are going to have quad housing. And this will continue to be developed. The 3-bedroom unit, which is about 2,000 square feet, I believe, from what we discussed last, we'll have about 2 of them here. And then the rest will be populated. The arrangement is very similar. It's just a courtyard as well in the middle, and houses surrounding them to create pocket neighborhoods, kind of. So that's pretty much what we have on the site plan. What else is coming is going to be, we're going to have a continuous path that goes over this small stream, and it's going to be like a jogging track as well as a walking track, which allows you to experience the entire site. And we'll have different destinations in between the trees, just as park elements that give the places of repose and people to pause and just take a moment to appreciate what is going on and just experience the whole project. So that's pretty much it for what we have for the site plan as of now. And yeah, guess that's it.
Yeah, so it's a total of 38 housing units actually. So
Yeah.
eight units of row houses on the east side, and then 16 housing units on the northeast cluster, and the southeast cluster has 14 housing units for a total of 38.